Crown Jewel. Some days, I don't want to mess with certain things. Like this whole damn pay per view. It's seriously probably been, well, to say it's been the most controversial WWE event this year is pretty much a friggin' understatement. This is so big in the controversial mess. It's not even funny. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating for effects. But there's really been a whole lot going on. The timing of the event could have not been any worse due to the whole killing of Jamal Khashoggi at the hands of Saudi agents. WWE faced calls to cancel the event, and even some senators over here in the States actually were a little bit outspoken too about it. Needless to say, the whole mess has just, it's been not nice, but we gotta do what we gotta do, and yeah, and previously, I wasn't really too interested in this pay-per-view personally, but, then something kind of happened, but we'll get into that when we get to the first match. I'm Coffee Lover 239, and with me as always is Heathy. Say hi, Heathy.
Guys.
Oh, by the way, before we, begin, there's one last thing I, actually want to mention, too, is that, Hulk Hogan is actually going to be hosting the friggin' event too. And this is pretty much going to be his first appearance in 3 years since that whole mess happened. I guess they figured, this event's already been controversial enough, so why don't we just bring back Hulk Hogan? What do you think about that, Heavey?
Well, money talks, and if given enough money, I mean, money solves everything, doesn't it? So maybe it's just a matter of, hey, they think it's a big event. WWE are going to call upon one of its biggest names, and they're just going to market it as, progressive, as Saudi Arabia always gets called these days, by being progressive themselves and bringing back a previously on Hall of Famer in Hulk Hogan. So think of that what you will.
Yeah, to be honest, I've heard that the Prince himself is a big fan of old school wrestlers from the 80s and 90s. And yeah, he actually wanted friggin' Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior at the the greatest Royal Rumble that happened earlier this year, even though they're both dead. But yeah, enough
I've
about
been
that.
dead for a long time, like 10 years at the
At
very
least,
least.
well, 18 years for the case of
Yeah, that,
Yokozuna, and 4 for the Ultimate Warrior. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into this pay-per-view. Our first match is Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman for the vacant Universal Championship. Yeah, notice how I said vacant. Well, let's get into how that came to be. So at SummerSlam, Roman Reigns defeated Brock Lesnar, and everyone was said something along the lines of, "Boo this man!" Or at least that's what I was feeling. And needless to say, yeah, that was a thing. And then eventually, Braun Strowman, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase at Hell in a Cell, and it was inside the cell. The cash in was pre-cashed before the show. He cashed in before a la RVD from a One Night Stand 2006. And at the event, Lesnar came back, and I was like, oh, hell no! And he literally kicked the door down of the cell and attacked both men, laid them out with an F5, and Paul Heyman maced McFoley, so the special guest referee, yeah. And basically the match was ruled a no contest, pissing everyone off. The following night, on Raw, both of them called out Lesnar, and rightfully so, and then this triple threat was scheduled. Unfortunately, a bit of a tragedy happened, as that Roman Reigns was forced to vacate the title after announcing that his leukemia, which had been in remission since late 2008, had legitimately relapsed. So now the triple threat match became just a singles match for the now vacant title. Now, if you asked me before, and if we were still going through, still triple threats, still with Roman in the picture, I probably would have still said Roman was going to retain, but, with that whole situation going on, things have kind of changed a bit, to say the least now. Heathy, who do you think's going to win?
Well, first of all, I think it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. All our thoughts in Stream One and on Coffee Lovers channel are with Roman Reigns. No matter what you think about the guy, he's a great worker. He can cut a promo when the shackles of WWE are not holding him back. And from what we've heard backstage, he's just a great guy altogether. So get well, Roman.
I agree with that.
Yeah, having said that, the show goes on, and the match at Saudi Arabia is now a singles match. WWE have kind of booked themselves into a corner. Lesnar's going to UFC. Strowman, on the other hand, do they really want his first title reign to be recognised as gone down at an event of this magnitude? You know, with what the recent political controversy going on literally in the last few weeks. Having said that, I was considering just a draw, a no contest. That will be a bit cheap on WWE's part. Furthermore, they want to do a champion versus champion in a Survivor Series. Lesnar's trainer for UFC, from what I've heard, his body's changing. He's getting a bit of a different physique going on. And plus, Strowman won the greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, so maybe they continue the streak of Strowman's he just amplifies his worth in the Middle East. I don't know. Go in based off that and say Strowman's going to pick up his first Universal Championship at the hands of Lesnar.
This is pretty much a serious ordeal, like I said, because beforehand things were not really too much exciting, but now they are, and this is the last chance WWE pretty much has to actually crown Braun Strowman title, at least for, or not sure, I'm probably going to go ahead and just say Braun Strowman too. Really, this is the chance they have. If there was any other chance they had to put the title on him before other stuff, like, this is the chance to really just put the title on him. And I know they may not want him, because me and Healy mentioned the ding before off screen, like before we started recording, that they'd kind of have to reference where the win happened. But I'd say personally, just don't mention it over it too much. Like, just mention it and boom. Just gotta rip it off like a band-aid. Kind of like what we're doing with this prediction stuff here for this pay-per-view in particular. So I'm gonna say Braun Strowman for now. And WWE, you have one last chance to actually give him the title. And all I'm gonna say is, don't fuck this up. Our next match is D-Generation X, or should I now call them Bald DX? Yeah, I might as well, considering now they're both bald. Yay. So Bald DX versus the Brothers of Destruction in a tag team match. And yep, you know what that means. Shawn Michaels is out of frickin' retirement. Yay. No. Seriously, it's just, Okay, at Super Showdown, Triple H defeated The Undertaker in a no DQ match, which it was made no DQ at the last minute at the WrestleMania X7 main events. And after the match, Triple H, Shawn, Undertaker, and Kane showed mutual respect for one another until Undertaker and Kane laid both Triple H and Shawn Michaels the F out. On the following Raw, Triple H and Michaels formally rechristened themselves as D-Generation X, challenging the Brothers of Destruction to a tag team match at Crown Jewel, making Michaels' first match since being retired by The Undertaker at WrestleMania 26 in 2010. Damn. I can't believe he's coming out of retirement so friggin' soon. Or not even so soon, just at all. And like, geez, it was like such a perfect retirement, you know? And I don't know. Who do you think's gonna win?
At this from one way. And to be honest, I don't see how this has never happened before. These are two of the biggest tag teams of the Attitude Era, and arguably of the 2000s. And they're only just facing off now. It's ludicrous. So I'm looking at it like this. It's not who's going to win, it's who's going to lose. More specifically, who's going to get pinned. I don't think the Undertaker will get pins after getting beaten by Triple H. It'll be too soon for another loss. I don't think. I don't specifically think Triple H will get pinned. He doesn't really get pinned that much anymore. I mean, he's known for putting over a lot of stars, but recently, not really. Shawn Michaels is his big return. He's not getting pinned, so that would just absolutely kill any reasoning for having him come back. That he's going to be facing Undertaker at WrestleMania. You could argue that Triple H gets pinned and then Michaels wants to avenge Taker, but we're looking at these four competitors, and the weakest of the four is Kane.
Mm-hmm.
So, having said that, I think Kane's getting pinned, and DX are going to get one over on the Undertaker again, and maybe that's what forces the Undertaker to call out Shawn Michaels.
I might as well just really go ahead and agree with that for now. Really, don't have a whole lot of investment in this match at all. And yeah, probably Kane will be more than likely the one to eat the pinfall, and DX would probably get another win. If I remember correctly, they are the current favorites to go over in the match, so it really wouldn't surprise me. And you could do it both ways, either way though, to kickstart the potential return. But either way, let's just move on. Our next match is the Bar versus the New Day for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Yeah, so the Bar are now the current champs. Well, how the hell did that happen? Well, apparently on SmackDown 1000, the Bar actually defeated the New Day to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships and the rematch for the titles scheduled for Crown Jewel. But what it's not telling you here is that the Big Show, of all people, interfered, and he's pretty much aligned himself with the Bar. Why? Because fuck it. That's why. Really, though, I don't get the pairing. Like, what is it with WWE and odd couples? I don't know, really, but here it is, and here we go. Heathy, who do you think's gonna win?
Really odd situation because there's multiple reports or just rumors coming out that the Big Show and the Bar are going to exercise the Freebird rule. So we could see Big Show versus Sheamus versus New Day, or even Big Show versus Cesaro. Nothing's confirmed yet, but it seems like they could be going that route. I mean, why wouldn't they? He's 7 foot tall, damn it. But one of the things where I'm sure they want, the crowd's pretty casual. They're going to want to see the faces pick up the victory in almost every match, obviously. But then again, the Big Show and the Bar are not so pretty fresh. It's about 2-3 weeks ago since they won the titles. Either way on this one. So, but having said that, I think that they don't want to have too many new champions crowned on this show or 4 shows. And I'm going to go with the Bar and Big Show.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there, too. I mean, I know what they're trying to do. I realize, why the New Day lost, because, they want to have them try and make them the most reigning sort of tag champs, because they've already beat the record for most amount of days the belts have been held. And now they're trying to beat the Dudley Boys' record of 9-time tag champs. They probably wouldn't have the event changed here, at least. Probably maybe before Survivor Series, perhaps. But at least they'd have another title change, but I'm not sure. Yeah, probably too many title changes won't be happening. The only one I really am expecting is the vacant, of course, one, because it's vacant, because someone's got to be the champ. Just as long as it's not Lesnar. But that's beside the point. I'm going to go ahead and say the Bar for now. Let's go on to the next match. Our next match is AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Now, this match was originally supposed to be AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. And at Super Showdown, AJ defeated Joe to retain the championship, and on the same night, Daniel Bryan defeated The Miz to earn that match, but in a very awkward-esque match, but that's another topic for another time. So following it was win, he would receive his championship match against Styles at Crown Jewel. However, after a heated exchange on the October 30th episode of SmackDown, Commissioner Shane McMahon announced that the championship match would take place that night, and Styles retained after he made Bryan submit to the calf crusher. Moments after the match had concluded, Joe attacked both men, choking both of them out with the Coquina clutch. Enraged, Styles demanded to face Joe at Crown Jewel with the title on the line, and of course, SmackDown General Manager Paige reluctantly made it official. They've changed the match pretty much, so instead of Daniel Bryan, it would be Samoa Joe, because Daniel Bryan refused to work the show, not just because of the whole killing ordeal, but I was also watching another sort of news video. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Wrestle Talk, perhaps, or Cult Talk, one of the two. But I mentioned that Bryan not only was against like the whole way that Saudi treats gay people, like finds it very homophobic, and the fact that Sami Zayn wasn't able to go to the Greatest Royal Rumble because of his Syrian descent, and Syria and Saudi, not exactly a friendly relationship, and that's all I'm gonna say. So now we pretty much get another match between these two. Healy, who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, you're correct with the with that information about how Saudi Arabia treats homosexuals, Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan's stance on it. I believe it was WrestleZone who posted the link. I checked it out on Facebook. And Daniel Bryan. I also heard that he wanted to lose to The Miz at what show was it?
What, Super Showdown?
Yeah, Super Showdown. I heard he wanted to lose to The Miz, so he didn't have to compete there.
Really?
It just feels like on one side of the coin, it seems like Samoa Joe's just been shoehorned into this feud. Last time I saw him was when he lost to Jeff Hardy via countout in the World Cup qualifier, and he hasn't been doing anything as of yet. Hasn't been doing anything since, really. I can't think of any instances where Joe's been a part of any storylines since that. And on the other side, it's like, what's the idea of why he shouldn't be in this match? He's lost. He can only lose to AJ Styles so many times before this becomes a problem, an issue where Joe's going to be forced down a card. Yeah, again, AJ's not going to lose the title to Joe on this event of all events, and I don't think he's going to lose to Joe. As of right now, as of recording, AJ Styles is on his 359th day as WWE champion. I think that makes him the 10th most WWE champion of all time. He's coming up on John Cena's reign, Hulk Hogan's reign, and JBL's reign. So that'll put him up to number 7 if he lasts a few more weeks. And I think they're going to make a big thing of it in the next few days. So I think I'm going to go with the AJ Styles retention.
I will probably agree with you there. Likely they only had to put Joe in the match because, well, Daniel could refuse to work the show, and Joe is pretty much the only one probably who they could actually bother to put in. And yeah, AJ's pretty much retaining at this point. I'm pretty sure there's one thing WWE loves to do, and that's smash records. And they're probably going to maybe have him smash Punk's record. Who knows? I mean, Lesnar did it with the Universal Championship, and now we're going to maybe have this. I don't know, probably, but maybe we will. Knowing them, I wouldn't be surprised. And our final set of matches, I should say, or rather our tournament, is the WWE World Cup Tournament. Or, as they've been hammering it on TV more than free for new subscribers, WWE World Cup to determine the best of the world. Oh, that's a mouthful. So yeah, we need a way to kill some time, so why not have a little tournament here? So just for the hell of it, essentially. So, WWE announced the tournament on September 17th, 2018. Eight men will compete to determine the, quote, best in the world, unquote. CM Punk, I don't believe he's in the tournament. Yeah, but that's beside the point. With 4 wrestlers representing Raw and 4 representing SmackDown each. And the October 8th episode, free agent John Cena was announced that he would be the first entrant to represent Raw and automatically getting that entry for his accomplishments. However, he ended up pulling out, actually, because, again, he also refused to participate in the event, also due to the controversy surrounding the event. So, the 8 men that we have in this tournament, for the Raw side, we have Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, who Lashley replaced John Cena, Kurt Angle, and Dolph Ziggler. On the SmackDown side of things, we have Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton. Oh, and if the SmackDown finalist loses, they're going to get fired from SmackDown. Excuse me. Who do you think's going to win? Heathie? Hello, Heathie.
I'm just having to think here because
Oh.
I know, it's just it makes me speechless how in 2018 Bobby Lashley cannot fit on a WWE card. Isn't that crazy?
I know, it kind of sort of is when you think about it. And looking at this whole card, it's pretty much all Americans. Rey Mysterio's the closest, but he was born because of his Mexican heritage, but he was born in America.
There's literally no outsiders. That's a problem with this tournament. You think of a World Cup, you think all the nations from the world come together. Of course, you can't have 200 or so competitors in this World Cup. But, you think of Andrade Cien Almas in Mexico. Hell, Pete Dunne from England. I can think of so many more people, but, why go on when WWE didn't want to go on with it and just filled it with Americans? So looking at this, looking at the bracket right now, I've got this up on my screen. The replacement, and I don't see him going far into the tournament. Maybe if Cena was in, he'd beat Rollins, and Ambrose would interfere. But Ambrose is in Saudi Arabia, as we know, prior to previous news outlets reporting that he wasn't. I think that Seth Rollins will make the final of Raw, and the SmackDown. Well, it's Rey Mysterio because he's in the whole world, isn't he? He just is. The Lucha Libre style, and scintillating. The Saudi Arabia crowd will absolutely love him. So it's going to be a Seth Rey final. Have Rey win. He's got the most accolades. It's just going to be another notch on his belt. Let's face it. Again, we keep coming back to this idea, but it's true. WWE will not want to mention this after this is over. They want to wipe the hands of this just tragedy and just move on. Leave Saudi Arabia to what it is. And wins, then if you sorry to cut you off, but if Rollins wins, achievements as Ray does, so they may have to mention that, and they don't want to have to mention that his main achievements. So I'm going to shut up now because I've rambled a bit on about this, but it's a really intriguing conversation about this tournament. But I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio to win the World Cup.
Good pick there, man. To be honest, I really don't know because I have no virtual interest in it. But looking at this, it really is more like a King of the Ring style ordeal. In fact, I'm kind of shocked that they didn't actually bring out that old name because that name hasn't been heard in years. But yeah, then again, maybe not with the whole where it's taken. But that's beside the point. Anyways, looking at this, I'm really not honestly sure here. I mean, you have a pretty stacked field, to be fair, throughout this entire damn bracket. I mean, so really, you could probably see any one of these guys potentially winning here. It's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Why are you making me think so hard, WWE, over a tournament I don't give a damn about? Oh, I want to get you so much for this, but okay, okay. Who am I gonna pick? I don't really know. I mean, if I was to pick one from person from Raw who I wanted to see go to the final, I probably would say Seth Rollins, like you did. But if I was to pick someone from SmackDown, I don't really think Randy honestly needs it to be much. Miz, it would be nice to see him go to the finals, but I don't know really if they would. Jeff Hardy, well, again, it could be another notch in there here, but I don't know. I might as well just go ahead, yeah, Rollins Mysterio pick here and just say what you said. Rollins and Ray to go to the final and Ray to win, because really, I can't even be bothered to properly think it out here at times. Honestly, can you guys blame me? With the way everything has been and with the way they've set this up, yeah, I really just, I don't even know. Yeah, Rey Mysterio to win and all. And that's pretty much going to do it for this event. Now, let's just hope to God that this thing just runs smoothly. And yeah, given everything that's been happening, I really hope after this that WWE can find some way to reconsider this whole damn deal with the damn dirty Saudis. Because, well, they should have never really even been over there in the first place starting this whole deal. And 10 years? I mean, holy crap. 10 friggin' years. And maybe there might not even be barely any morality contract clause in the contract or something. I don't know. Let's just hope this event just goes smooth. All I'm really hoping for is that Braun Strowman wins the Universal Championship. And that way we can keep Brock Lesnar out of the damn title picture for good for the time being. Once again, I want to thank Heathie for being here. That was one hell of a conversation, wasn't it? Heathie?
Yeah. So, as always, it's a pleasure for you to have me. Thanks. And the only thing we can do in the meantime is prepare for what's sure to be a very awkward pay-per-view.
Oh, indeed. There's going to be so much awkwardness going on. Let's just hope things run as smoothly as possible. And then, yeah. I mean, it is sweet Saudi money to Electric Boogaloo, so... Bleh. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. So, see you guys next time for Survivor Series. And, Roman, I hope you beat the cancer, man.
Good luck, Roman.
Bye for now.